Happy painting! Hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is that I mixed the colors ultramarine blue and white to get the basic coloring of the sky. You just want to add some blue to the sky. Doesn't matter how you do it. I just slapped the color onto the canvas, really, honestly. So you did was to take a fan brush and start adding the color white to the canvas and circular shapes to make some clouds. You can make them as big or as small or as poofy as you'd like. Depends on the type of painting you want to go for. For this, I just wanted to add some kind of chill clouds, really. So yeah, any type of clouds, just go for it. Okay, and then I took my palette knife and I mixed the colors burnt umber, I added a little bit of black and yellow ochre to make mountains. So for my painting, I decided to add the mountains sort of in the right center of the canvas. You can add them wherever you like, whatever is fine. And to make the mountains, you just want to get a little stripe of paint on the side of the knife and slowly move the knife downwards in like a pointed shape downwards, and then do the same thing but flipped on the other side to give it that shape. So then I decided I wanted to add a little bit of snow to these mountains and make them a little snowy. So I added some white carefully with the palette knife. I dragged the paint down very slowly to give it some texture. Once you're done with your mountains and you feel like they look good, you can move on with your trees. So what I did was just add that same color brown to the first tree trunk, because to make it look like the trees are in different positions, you want to add the lighter color towards the back and the darker color towards the front. Okay, so I used that leftover brown paint from the mountains to make the first tree trunk, and then to make the second tree trunk, I added a little bit more black to the paint to make it look darker. So once you get that done, you just take your fan brush and dip it in sap green mixed with a little bit of yellow ochre, just a little bit, because we want these trees to look a little dark, just a little dark, make them evergreen trees, sorry. And so by doing that, by making the trees, you want to take the fan brush and slowly push the paint in with the side of the brush, starting very slow, very lightly, and then building it up more towards the bottom, make it fluffier towards the bottom. Okay, so once you have your trees, you can add a little bit more highlight with the yellow ochre. You could even add snow to it. Whatever you want, whatever you desire for your painting, you can go crazy with it. It's really a lot of fun to add like little bits and pieces while you're going through the motions of painting, and just creating something new at the top of your head. If you want to change something, you can, because we're using oils, so it's fairly easy to change anything in this painting, really. So then once you have your trees, I started to add a little bit of brown towards the bottom of the trees to make it look like they're sitting on a hill. And by doing that, I just added the leftover brown paint, but very lightly packing it in with my big brush, and then dragging the paint down, giving it a little bit of curvature. And then I go back in a little bit more highlights to the trees where I see fit. And then I started to add a field of grass, because I decided to change my mind and add grass to this painting instead of water. I felt like it needed a little bit more color, and I didn't really want to add more blue to the painting. Wanted to switch it up and add some some grass. And by doing that, I just took some of the sap green. I first took sap green and I packed it in with the fan brush by moving the brush upwards. And then I decided I wanted to add little bushes near. I took black paint and I began to make the shape of the bushes, added some branches, and then I took the fan brush and slowly packed in a little bit of paint to give it a round shape. And then I felt like the bushes needed a little bit of color, so some red mixed with white. And the red I used was primary red. And I mixed that in and added a little bit of flowers to these bushes. I wanted to make them flower bushes. And then I decided to keep going with the pink color, and I decided to keep going with the rose color and drag it up because I just wanted to add a little bit more color. Leave a suggestion for what my next painting should be in the comment box below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye!